Factsverse presents 10 Things You Did Not Know the Use For. Number 1. The hole in the cover of a ballpoint pen. Most people look at the hole in a ballpoint cover and think it's there to keep the ink from drying out. Others think that it helps to release the cover from the pen easier. The real reason for the hole is a safety feature. People love to chew on pen caps. If they chew on a cap without a hole on the top and it gets stuck in their throat, they could suffocate. The hole allows the person to get enough air until they can seek medical attention. If the hole was closed up, suffocation is a real possibility. Number 2. The hole at the end of a tape measure. If you've ever used a measuring tape, you've likely seen the hole in the metal piece at the end. What you may not know is that it actually does have a purpose. You won't always have someone around to hold the tape measure when you're trying to measure a large object. The hole is the perfect spot to put a nail that can hold on to the tape measure while you're getting a measurement. It's much easier than hoping the measuring tape won't slip. The serrated edge at the end also has a purpose. It's a great way to mark the spot that you measured when you've only one hand. Many people think that these were just part of the design. They do, however, actually have a purpose. Number 3. The arrow next to the gas gauge. If you've ever looked at the gas gauge in a vehicle and saw a white arrow pointing in either direction, chances are you didn't know that it had a purpose. If you're driving a vehicle that you've never driven before and you need to pump gas, the arrow will tell you what side of the car the gas tank is on. This way, you'll know which side of the pump to pull up to. It saves you the trouble of getting out of the car to check which side the gas tank is on. Number 4. The grooved side of a bobby pin. Many people put their bobby pins in backwards. They think that the tip that flips up is there to make it easier to pull the bobby pin out of your hair. That side actually goes against the head. The grooves are there to help the bobby pin in your hair stay better. Number 5. The grooves on a utility blade. If you ever looked at your utility knife closely, you'll notice the lined grooves on the blade. If your blade starts to get dull, you don't need to throw it away and replace it with a sharper blade. The grooves are there so that you can break the dull pieces off and have a fresh, sharp blade. It can save you money if you use your utility knife often and you wear those blades down quickly. Number 6. The hole on a ruler. The holes on a ruler have a purpose that is not really scientific. The holes are there for convenience. The holes make it possible to hang up the ruler. The holes are the perfect size to hold the head of a nail. This just helps keep things organized. Number 7. The wings on an Apple power cable. If you look closely at your Apple power cable, there are wings that can flip up. These wings make it easy to wrap up the cord so that you can travel with it, keeping the cord neatly wrapped. When you're ready to plug the charger in, you can flip them back into their original position. These wings make it much easier to carry a charger in a purse or a backpack because you don't need to worry about the wire getting tangled up and everything else. Number 8. The hole next to the iPhone camera. If you look at the back of an iPhone, there's a tiny hole next to the camera. This is not an air hole, nor is it for decoration. It's actually a microphone. If you're using the back camera to take a video, you need a microphone back there to pick up the voices and sounds. This is what that hole is for. If you've ever noticed the sounds in the videos that you take with the back camera aren't muffled, well, you can thank the small little hole for that. Number 9. The bumps on the F and J keys on your keyboard. The raised bumps on the F and J on your keyboard are so you can put your fingers in the proper positions without needing to look down. When you feel the bumps under your index fingers, you'll know that your fingers are in the right place. If you don't feel them, you can move your fingers until you do. It's much faster than trying to line up your fingers by looking down each time. Number 10. Sneakers over power lines. This is one of the things you probably did not know the use for that still remains a mystery to a lot of people. Most people have seen a pair of sneakers hanging from power lines and they never knew how they got there or why. Well, there was a myth that the sneakers symbolized that there was a gang or a drug den nearby. Well, that myth has since been debunked. People have seen sneakers on the power lines in nice neighborhoods where crime is not an issue. Many people believe that it is to signify something to celebrate. People in the military often do this when they have completed basic training. Some people say it can signify a person losing their virginity. It can also be a form of bullying or political protest. People will hang their sneakers on the power lines in front of a person's house who has different beliefs than them. Some people do it just so they can say that they've done it. The true reason is not known. However, people have their own ideas as to why this ritual is performed. Subscribe for more.